I've been playing professionally now for coming up on 30 years, which is crazy to say out loud. I've been based in the Iowa City area for most of that time. Lived in Nashville for a while when I played piano with a guy named Todd Snyder, singer-songwriter from Nashville. And yeah, have basically toured out of here 150 to 200 nights a year, every year since then, since the early 90s. I took piano lessons at the Purcell School of Music here in Iowa City, probably just a few years after they opened, starting in the mid-'70s, and took piano lessons there through high school. Then studied at the University of Iowa, studied literary theory and American history, and ended up studying abroad for a year. And when I came back, just started playing music again. I hadn't played for a couple of years at all, I hadn't touched a piano, and yeah, started writing songs, met some guys, and put a band together called High and Lonesome, and we were kind of off to the races from there. Well, I kind of describe it as roots music, or Americana, I guess is the popular term these days. But it's kind of a mix of a whole bunch of different influences. I guess Americana is accurate in that, any kind of really American musical style I think is fair game. So it'll be folk, blues, country, honky-tonk, jazz, rock and roll, all those things kind of mixed up into one kind of New Orleans music is a big influence on me as a piano player. Listening to records is a real good way for me to get inspired, like I said, by the people whose records I love. Reading books is a big thing for me. The poet Walt Whitman, I've got a couple tattoos of Whitman on my body. Whitman, The Leaves of Grass is a big influence, so I'll pick up that book of poetry from time to time and often get inspiration from that. But anything can be an inspiration. Being based here and being a professional that has always made his living playing music, that's a unique experience, especially I think as time has gone on. Even when I started playing professionally, it wasn't kind of a common vocation. You didn't see a lot of people doing that out of college. It's always about the people for me. The people that I've met in the business here, and then I mean business in the loosest way possible. But it's all about the people and this sense of place here that inspires me, to do the work that I've done. I had a record label from '94 to 2005, which focused on Iowa roots music of all kinds. So, and a lot of the musicians that were on the label were kind of, a generation older than me, and so I had people that I could learn from. And then there were some folks my age or younger, and there's so many great artists in this area, not just musical artists, but obviously creative writing, painters and printmakers. There's just all kinds of great artists in this area. We're really lucky in that way, I think, to be in a place where it's not considered strange to be an artist. Even though I said, being a full-time musician and working out of Iowa is strange, it really isn't in Iowa City because, I think people grow up around that here and they're accustomed to seeing it. Making sure, it's outdoors. I've done a couple things that were broadcast, over whatever mediums from indoor studios, but really I tried to mostly make things out of doors where people can, still distance themselves however they're most comfortable. But really musicians, performance artists are kind of, I think, one of the first groups of people, along with, people that work in bars. That's what we do, a lot of us. And so, the work went away pretty quickly. But, I've been fortunate. I realized how much I missed it, and I've been fortunate to do some performing since then. My roots here and local, performing local, that's more interesting to me and makes more sense for this. Talking about, playing on Jay Leno's shows, like, who the f cares, man? That was 10 years ago, and nobody really gave a shit at the time, so.